Have you ever been in a room full of people, a meeting at work, or even at your own dinner table, and had the gut-wrenching feeling that you were completely invisible? That your voice, your opinions, your very presence was being looked through as if you were a ghost in your own life? It's a particular kind of silence, isn't it? It's not peaceful. It's the deafening sound of being erased. You feel it in your chest, this heavy, sinking feeling that the vibrant, passionate, seen woman you once were has somehow faded. And now, after 40, it feels like this invisibility cloak is becoming a permanent part of your wardrobe. If you're nodding your head right now, I want you to take a breath. You are not alone in this feeling. This isn't just getting older. This is a profound spiritual and psychological crossroad. And I'm here to tell you that there is a powerful, life-altering secret to shedding that cloak for good. But it's not what you think. It's not about being louder or more aggressive or faking a confidence you don't feel. The secret lies in a truth so counterintuitive that most of us spend our entire lives running from it. This is where we bring in our guide, Dr. Brené Brown, a research professor who has spent over 2 decades studying courage, vulnerability, shame, and empathy. Her work isn't based on fluffy self-help platitudes. It's built on thousands of stories, on hard data, on the real, messy experiences of people's lives. And here is the shocking discovery she made, the one that underpins everything we're talking about today. We believe that to be seen and respected, we must be perfect, armored, and strong. But the truth is, our power, our visibility, and our courage are born from the exact opposite, our willingness to be vulnerable. I know, it sounds completely wrong. Vulnerability? That feels like weakness. It feels like opening yourself up to be hurt, to be judged, to be dismissed, the very things we're trying to avoid. Brown herself admits she hated the idea. But let's redefine this word just for a moment using her research. Vulnerability isn't weakness. Vulnerability is uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when you have no control over the outcome. Think about it. A woman asking for a raise, a mother admitting she's struggling, a creative sharing her art for the first time, telling someone, "You hurt me," saying, "I love you" first. These are moments of immense vulnerability, and they are also moments of profound courage. They are the moments we feel most alive. The problem is, from a young age, we're taught to put on armor. We develop coping mechanisms to protect ourselves from feeling inadequate or getting hurt. We build walls made of perfectionism, of people-pleasing, of needing to be the knower who always has the right answer. We learn that shame, that intensely painful feeling that we are flawed and therefore unworthy of connection, is a threat to be avoided at all costs. And by the time we hit our 40s and 50s, that armor is heavy. It's so heavy, in fact, that it's no longer protecting us. It's suffocating us. It's hiding the very light that makes us who we are. The secret isn't a secret at all. It's a paradox. The very armor you put on to protect yourself is the thing that is making you invisible. So how does this play out? Let's get painfully specific. That feeling of being invisible in a meeting, It's often born from the fear of saying something stupid or being wrong. So we stay silent. We put on the armor of quiet perfection. We tell ourselves it's better to say nothing than to risk judgment. The result? We become invisible. The cycle of pain is that the silence we choose to protect ourselves ends up confirming our deepest fear, that we have nothing of value to contribute. Think about our relationships. How many times have you said, "I'm fine," when you were anything but? That's armor. You're protecting yourself from being a burden, from seeming too needy or too emotional. But in doing so, you deny your partner, your friends, your children the chance to truly see you and connect with you. You cannot selectively numb emotion. When you numb the hard feelings like grief or disappointment, you also numb the good ones like joy, gratitude, and love. The result? You feel disconnected, lonely, and yes, invisible, even when surrounded by people who love you. Brené Brown calls this dynamic choosing comfort over courage. Staying silent in the meeting is more comfortable than the risk of speaking up. Pretending you're fine is more comfortable than the emotional exposure of saying, "I'm not okay, I need you." The irony is brutal. Our relentless pursuit of comfort and self-protection is what leads to the profound discomfort of a life where we feel unseen and disconnected. And this brings us to the hard truth, the turning point. No one is doing this to you. Let me say that again. While sexism, ageism, and societal pressures are real forces, the final choice to put on the armor each morning is yours. You have agency. You have co-responsibility for your own invisibility. That might sting. It's so much easier to blame the world, our partners, our bosses. But blaming them leaves you powerless. Recognizing your role is the beginning of reclaiming your power. The stories you tell yourself, "No one listens to me anyway. It's too late to change. I'm just not a confident person," are not facts. They are beliefs. And they are the bars of a cage you have in part built for yourself. The real problem isn't external. The root of the problem is the internal battle between your fear of being seen for who you truly are and your soul's deep, desperate need for it. Brené calls what many women experience in midlife the midlife unraveling. It's that moment when the universe grabs you by the shoulders and says, "All this pretending and performing has to go. Your armor is preventing you from growing into your gifts." It's terrifying, but it's also an invitation. So what is the solution? If the armor is the problem, the solution is learning to take it off. It's learning to live and love with your whole heart. Brené Brown calls this wholehearted living. It's not a destination, it's a practice, a journey. This is where we step into what she, borrowing from a famous Theodore Roosevelt speech, calls the arena. The arena is your life. It's that meeting, it's that difficult conversation, it's that creative project. Being in the arena means choosing to show up, to be vulnerable, to let yourself be truly seen, even with the knowledge that you might fail, you might get your heart broken, you might be criticized. The credit, as the speech goes, doesn't belong to the critic in the stands. It belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood. So how do we do this? It's a practice built on two pillars, courage and compassion. First, courage. The original definition of courage from the Latin word cor means heart. It meant to tell the story of who you are with your whole heart. Courage, then, is not the absence of fear. It is speaking your truth, even when your voice shakes. It is showing up as you are, imperfections and all. This means in that meeting, you speak your idea, not because it's guaranteed to be brilliant, but because it is yours. You risk the critique to honor your own voice. Second, self-compassion. This is the antidote to shame. You cannot be courageous in the arena if you beat yourself up every time you get knocked down. You have to learn to treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. So when you speak up and the idea falls flat, or you share your feelings and aren't understood, the practice is not to retreat into the armor of shame. I'm such an idiot. The practice is to meet yourself with compassion. That was hard, but I'm proud of myself for being brave. This journey is not easy. Brené is brutally honest about this. When you start taking off the armor, you will feel exposed. When you start setting boundaries and speaking your truth, some people will not like it. Relationships built on the foundation of your silence may crumble. This path can be lonely. But what emerges from the other side is a woman who is not invisible. She is a woman who is authentic. She has traded the exhaustion of performing for the freedom of being real. She is a woman who is resilient. She knows how to get back up after a fall because her worth is not determined by the outcome, but by her courage to show up. She is a woman who builds genuine connections. Her relationships are no longer based on neediness or pretense, but on the solid ground of two wholehearted people choosing to see and be seen by each other. She is free because she is no longer hustling for her worth. She knows she was born worthy of love and belonging. This is the new paradigm. You stop trying to change how others see you, and you focus with fierce compassion on changing how you see yourself. You stop fighting for a seat at a table where you're not welcome, and you build your own. The challenge laid down by Brené Brown's work is profound. It's an invitation to choose courage over comfort, to step into the arena of your own life. Many people will choose to stay in the stands. It feels safer there. They will spend their lives judging, critiquing, and whispering while remaining comfortable and unseen. But you clicked on this video for a reason. There is a part of you that knows you were made for more than a life in the shadows, that you were made to live and love with your whole heart. The choice is yours, every single day. If this message resonated with you, if it felt like someone finally turned the lights on, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And more importantly, share it. Share it with a sister, a mother, a friend, a daughter, any woman who needs to be reminded that she is not invisible and that her voice matters. Our mission here is to spread this message of courage and help as many women as possible step out of the shadows and into their power. Leave a comment below and tell me one small, courageous step you will take this week to be seen. Your story matters. Thank you for being here. Now, go. Be brave. Be seen.